My name is Brett, and my memories are hurtful. This one hurt today.
Wah, wah, wah.
We praying on the downfall.
We fall down and we can't get up.
I honestly don't know what you're singing.
It's like a gospel song. You're supposed to be the Mr. Gospel, man.
Yeah, but
Who's the white Kirk Franklin?
If
If we didn't have a guest today, that should be the name of the episode.
Hillsong.
But he don't have songs.
Hillsong? I don't know. Honestly,
Isn't Hillsong the dude that was cheating on his wife?
No, that Hillsong is like the church.
Oh,
They
okay.
have like their worship band.
Nice.
But yeah, there was the guy in New York that
Oh, gotcha.
he was the
I'm trying to the bass is right here to tighten it.
oh yeah, I'm really struggling with I think it's broken.
Welcome back to another episode of Mount Zion Callbacks.
Stop this right now.
Together, Scully's, t-shirts.
What's a Scully? Like a skull cap?
Yeah, like a skull cap. Yeah, big skull cap season, I think.
That's what I thought, but then I was like, I didn't know if I was following. You wear skull caps just amongst Gen Pop?
I mean, yeah, I'm not like full face joints, but like, yeah, like the beanies.
That makes more sense to me. You know what I was thinking? Like Under Armour skull caps, what you wear underneath a football helmet when it's like cold out and you put the skull cap on.
See, I'm not a bank robber. Bro.
Dude, you said skull cap, and that's what they're literally called. I've never heard, and maybe every region has their colloquialisms.
Oh, what'd you call me?
Don't do that.
No, what'd you say?
If you don't get your colloquialism out of here.
All these damn colloquialisms in our neighborhood.
That's like slang.
I know, Sam. I'm not an idiot.
Well,
Yeah. Colloquialism.
But for the people, then I'm like, anyway, I've never heard a beanie referred to as a Scully before.
Well,
Is
brother,
that New York City? Is that Florida? Is that Cincinnati?
I've been all over those places, so it could be either one, dog. Scully, beanies. Yeah, we call them beanies. I feel like skull cap, it might be a Midwest thing. Scully, skull cap.
I'm going to start wearing the footsketball jersey, the Joe Budden footsketball jersey.
What is that?
You-
Footsketball?
You ain't never seen...
This is an audio podcast, so please describe it in detail. Thank you.
When... You can zoom in. It's basically like a Houston Rockets basketball jersey, but in the shape of an NFL jersey.
That's
Footsketball jersey.
Hey man, what a time to be alive, bro. Remember that at random era like 2016 when NBA had the sleeves?
The 2015, yeah, like the Clippers had the baby blue jersey. Like they had sleeves though.
Like when Bron won the chip, that was the year they had I think it was 16. Was this? I thought it might have been 16.
Yeah.
Where they had the sleeves on the jerseys. That was
16,
that was a
yeah.
that was a nasty.
That was an era. Some of those jerseys looked okay, but yeah, that was a time. Man, this is all look. This is what happens when we let things happen. We're just getting this one. Hey, you're real ones if you're listening. If this is your first time listening,
thank you, babies.
we appreciate you being here. Callbacks.
It's a black-owned business.
Sometimes we don't, but we usually call back to a time.
Yeah.
Looking back in the past, we're doing callbacks. Today we got a great guest with us, but before we get into the guest, Danny, trademark Danny Sellers mental health check.
My mentals, I could. It is what it is. That's what my mental health is. It feels, because you can plan a day, and this is what's going to be the day, and it never ends up being what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So my mental health is on. It is what it is, bro. I'm phoning it in today. I know it's not the most sexiest, coolest mental health thing you could ask for.
Look, my mom just passed away. All right.
It is.
Talked about it last, and if you want to hear a funny story about that, listen to the last week's episode.
Yeah.
But sometimes you just gotta, even if you're only 3% mentally present, sometimes you just gotta physically show up. I'm in my physically showing up era, mentally checking out.
Nice. 2024.
You know,
Holiday
we do.
season coming up.
I don't, like I said, even just having to take out the recycling, I'm just like, I got to do that today.
Yeah.
And that's literally like on my way to my car.
Yeah.
But
it's crazy.
you know what the vibes are for me?
Mm-hmm.
It's like when I first started dating my wife, Lucy,
Okay.
this reminded me because someone's like, by the way, your wife is genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met. And she truly is. Like,
shout out to Lucy. Okay.
super nice.
Lucy
and
gang.
she makes great eye contact. She engages, she's an active listener. She listens to your stories. Dog, when we first started dating, it was so annoying because everyone on campus, she was the leader of women's ministry. So all these women would be like, I need you to come pray for me. Oh, I need you to listen to this. And then like staff loved her and like, hey, actually, and they'd like walk up to us. I'm like, I just want to make out with my girlfriend.
Nice.
Okay.
Sam.
But she's so nice that everybody wants to come up and talk to her all the time.
Yeah.
But I can't be mad that she's such an amazing person that everybody wants. I can't be like, ugh, everybody loves you and that's annoying.
Yeah. No,
that's what my mental health is on, is I'm annoyed about things that you can't actually be annoyed about.
Ooh, beautiful. Are you a poet, ain't you? I know you was the quote, by the way. So this is one other thing too, and then we get into our guest. Dating now in LA or whatever, people that you date creative people sometimes, and they're in like a space where it's their time to lead.
Right.
A girl comes to my show, it's my show.
Yeah.
Go to their thing or whatever. And it is a thing like that where it's like you have to, if you're a well mentally leveled person, it's okay to just kind of be in the background, like, hey, what's up? How's it going? And not overly try to steal the scene every time.
Right.
But being back in that mode where like, oh, I have to share a person that I also don't have the right to.
Yeah.
Even doing that in the wild, it is kind of a mind fuck. Like, let me just kind of be in the back and like not say too much and just like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's terrible. And also, I mean, whatever. I need to quit. You told me I need to be more real.
Yeah,
give me a quick cookie cutter. I mean, obviously it is all great. I don't want to be like, all those people suck. They usually were talking to my wife for great reasons, and I'm proud that my wife's a nice person. But sometimes you don't want to be a good mentally adjusted person. Sometimes you just want to be
danger.
No, danger.
I'm danger.
I'm danger. Sometimes I just want to be mad that like, wow, this person did something really nice for me, and they took time out of their day to be caring and loving. But guess what? I didn't want to have to see anyone's smiling face today.
Yeah.
Someone just posted on their Facebook, I'm just so devastated to lose my grandma. And then to find out she was 105 years old.
Oh, wrap it up, buddy.
You're supposed to lose your grandma at 105.
Wrap it up, brother.
No, and honestly, that is sad. But also, I want to be a petty person. Be like, oh, is it sad losing your grandma? Well, I just lost my mother.
Yeah.
Anyway, these are real chaotic vibes that I'm bringing today.
Yeah, before this, I thought you weren't as chaotic.
Look, you turned the mic on.
That boy crazy.
I turned, you know what? I don't know. This is why I like having more structure, and I usually plan out what I'm going to say a little more. But
let's restart it over then.
You want to.
Welcome back to Callbacks. I'm your host, Daniel Sellers. We're here talking to you about finance, personal finance, macroeconomics, microeconomics, and today's topic. First, we'll talk about Elon Musk and X.
I want to talk about redundancies within the stock markets.
I want to talk about mental health amongst white men 30 to 35.
We're white men. We're going to hear a black guy say a word we've never heard before, and we're going to make that our whole entire personality for the next month.
1,000%.
We're white guys. We're going to be mad when we don't get a role, and we're going to say, it's because I'm a straight white guy.
I want to talk about...
We're white guys.
All right, let's get into the guest today. Big Brent. I said Brent. Big Brett, not the little Brett. Big B's.
BTL, Brett the Lorax. Funny guy. I'm really honored to have him here. He's a very tremendously nice person.
I'm also jealous of his mustache, too. That's kind of...
Yeah, big sexy mustache he's got.
I thought I had a good mustache.
Honestly, when I did a deep dive on him in high school, he had the mutton chops.
Wow.
He confidently rocked them. Anyway, he's got great stories.
No.
Some stories about theft, some stories about comedy.
Gang culture.
And how there's a documentary about his school, but we don't get into that. Allegedly.
I think it actually happened.
Allegedly.
And we are back with our guest. We're rolling.
God, you always want to be.
The energy was good.
Yeah, we had something. Yeah.
We're gonna give you a preparation
Danny,
to start the podcast.
You never let me be squad leader. All right.
No.
Oh boy.
Our guest, let's get a proper intro for him. Our guest today is a comedian and writer who can be seen at LA's top venues like the Hollywood Improv, the Laugh Factory, and Jam in the Van.
Ooh.
A prolific sketch writer, his TikToks have racked up over 18 million likes and have landed him collaborations with some of the internet's most viral creators, such as King Batch.
Not the Prince.
No.
We are quite stimulated and stirred up to welcome to Callbacks the founder of the Beautiful People's Club,
Ooh.
Oh, there we go.
the son of the author of the book The Man Test, and the 2012 student toy drive leader of the 27th annual Porter Goud Christmas Toy Drive.
Historic low.
Shout out Courtney Linkus. Brett Dodenhoff.
Yeah,
He's
what
here, aka Brett the
You
Lorax.
guys did a deep dive.
Yeah, well, Sam did. I just supported him.
He's the research guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do a little research, just I keep my ear to the ground, I just, yeah.
What's up, bro? How you doing?
I'm chilling. Now that I got those are the three on the horizon. I'm good with that.
I don't know. I think you might have gotten a little deeper though.
Those are the,
Good.
I mean, was a good kisser or?
First and last name is crazy, Sam.
Yeah, we can
That
bleep
is
that. We
great.
can
You have to bleep it.
We'll
Yeah.
bleep the name.
Well,
That was first kiss, right?
She was my first kiss.
Yeah.
That's somebody's mom, probably.
I'd do this.
She might. No, she doesn't have a kid yet.
Okay. Well, she could have.
Yeah.
had
She
one.
could. She one day will.
She lived in the right state. Maybe so. Okay, I didn't know if that.
How often do you think she thinks about
you?
being your first kiss?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, I think often.
Annually, at least.
I mean, she got this boyfriend. I had like a kind of a fake crush on her, but a real crush. She was like one of the more attractive.
That is the
girls
most
in
high
our
school boy
class.
thing.
Shout
Yeah,
out
it's like
Bailey.
a fake crush that's super real, and
That
it's
was
my entire
absolutely real.
personality.
But I had no business actually like thinking I had a shot.
Yeah.
You're better off playing it off.
Right. I love you, but it's chill.
Yeah. But then she made a crazy audible. She was dating an older guy, and then he graduated. They ended up breaking up. This is all in high school. And I was like,
I like how older guys like 8 months older.
oh yeah. Oh, this guy. I mean,
He's 13 months older, but
yeah. I mean, he was. And then I was like, hey, maybe there's a chance here. And then she made an audible, started dating a guy in the grade below.
Oh,
And,
she went young.
Yeah, she went young, and it didn't crush me. And then I made fun of that guy a bunch, and to the point where I was like being a little pretty mean. Like I was bullying him
right.
to the point where
For
he was
landing your dream girl.
Yeah.
You idiot.
I was like, you idiot! You get the hottest girl in the high school.
Loser.
Whoa! And
Wait,
now
so
they're
was your
like,
kiss before she started dating?
I think it had to be right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And so that's why
it
you're
was
mad
a
about it.
planned first kiss though.
Right.
Oh, like she knew it was
was like-
yours, so she's helping you out. Hey, take this little kiss. though.
Yeah, I think I was in like 10th grade, and she was like, she had to be, but she's like, I can't do this with my eyes open. Like she had to make something like
Damn.
blindfold.
That's tight.
But you don't keep your eyes open anyway.
The first one. The
I
first
will
one, why
say,
not?
my first real kiss,
Yeah.
actually wasn't even real. This was a different girl. She was turning 18, and she for her 18th
This was last
birthday-
week, by the way.
This was
listeners.
I was.
It was
30.
before midnight. No, she had like this whole thing where she had to like she had to hook up with a guy or like make out with a guy in like her grade, an older guy and the younger guy, and I was like 15 at the time, which 18 to 15,
Yeah,
in
that's
danger
kinda-
territory.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm in the middle of
Good
this,
for
like,
you, man.
one of my first parties ever. And cool, like you think parties are gonna be great.
Mom, there's beer
here.
Yeah. It's literally like that. Like, this is awesome. And like out of a movie, this girl comes up, she goes, this is gonna be weird, but I gotta do this. And I'm like, what? Look up, starts making out with me, middle of the party.
Phenomenal
But
for you.
it would have been awesome if I closed my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're just like caught by surprise. You're
Legitimately, like, eyes like only went wider. And
Yeah.
I swear to this day, that habit is still like kept up.
Yeah.
I don't close my eye. Like, I have to remember to close my eyes when I kiss.
It's not a natural thing for you.
I've opened up prematurely all the time, low key. Just like, oh, she's closed, but I'm like, oh shit, my fault.
Yeah. It would be
didn't
weird
look
if you
at you.
found someone who also has eyes open. And you
Every
just
once,
stare-
every once in a while, it happens. Where it's like, oh, we're both now. This is kind of awkward. Let's play it off. You know, I guess you don't. Okay. You never kissed and been like eyes open a little bit sooner than it's supposed to be.
Sure, but then I just double down on it and I make more intense eye contact. And I'm just like, yeah, you like this, huh?
It's like staring at somebody sleeping. It's like it's kind of weird, you know.
Yeah. Let's try it right now, Danny.
Let's see it.
The way his life just flashed before his eyes.
Anyways, shout out the first kiss.
So speaking of first kisses, this has been brought up on the podcast. Very embarrassing, but I have no shame. My first kiss wasn't until I was 19 years old.
Super late.
And
it's very late.
Yeah. So I'll bring that up. I have like some jokes about it in my set. But like sometimes people like I'll just do a bit where I bring up my first kiss from stage, like, I was 19 years old. And I like, oh, you're getting all judgmental, sir. How old were you when you had your first kiss? And a guy will be like 16. I'll be like, slut, like, And I only do it when it's guys, obviously, because I'm not gonna shame a woman for whenever her first kiss is. But it's usually funny because I just find like the oldest, most Midwestern looking boomer, whatever. Well, I was at this show that was like this comedy club in Santa Monica has classes during the days, and it was a teen comedy class, and it was their showcase. And she was like, we want some pro comedians so the kids can feel cool. And I'm like, I don't know what you mean by pro, but sure, I'll do your, I will do your,
with all due respect.
So I'm doing the show. So it's a hot crowd because it's a bunch of these 14 and 15-year-old kids, like friends and family.
Oh, yeah.
And in the front row, there's this like guy with white hair. I'm like, well, how old were you when your first kiss happened? But I wasn't really looking at him after I initially asked it because I'm just thinking like, where am I going to bring this crowd work? And I just hear the voice say 16. I'm like, oh, slut. I'm like, where did it happen? And the kid starts talking behind him, who's a teenager. And I'm like, wait, why are you answering this? Wait, were you the one who answered my original question? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, did I just call a 16-year-old? And obviously everyone was like laughing and it was all chill vibes. But there was a moment I was like, I wasn't meant to call this old man right here.
Oh man, I was like, yeah, bro, I was 13, dog. I was outside.
So I should have opened my eyes prematurely for that.
Yeah, my first kiss was I think it was Truth or Dare, like middle school. I think it might have been 7th grade.
Iconic.
Yeah, bro. It was like or early 8th at the most.
Truth or Dare is.
Middle school, I feel like kisses started happening.
I started off hot in first grade. I was in the library. I think it might have been library class. And I told this girl,
pretty central place.
Can I kiss you on the cheek? And she goes, sure.
Oh, you did before,
It's just going to be smooth sailing. And then...
consent?
Yeah, consent.
3-4 more years?
You made the first move?
Yeah, made the first move.
Made her feel wanted? I mean, that's
there
pretty...
We go. It was pretty good.
Smooth.
A young consent
and then it took... did not get my first kiss till basically senior year.
That's a long-ass time.
Yeah.
I remember being in Florida.
You're so judgmental on first kiss. Hey, normalize. There's plenty of people out there that had their first kiss in their 20s.
Yeah,
and
sure.
I see you.
Plenty. There's...
Loser. What's that TikTok dance?
Okay, sorry, but they're not all ran through like you.
Woo, 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 woo.
That's incredible. Were you gonna ask something about first kiss?
I just remember me being in Florida. I lived in Florida a little bit middle school and first year of high school. And I remember being a virgin 9th grade.
It's like 19 is when we did
their
bath
first
salts.
kiss in Florida.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Oh, yeah, the point. I was an Ohio kid living in Florida, and I remember being a virgin in like 9th grade. And it was like, you're a virgin, dog? I'm like, yeah, bro. Like, we're 14. But like,
yeah.
Yeah, why not? And they're like, oh, you're a loser, bro.
That kid probably was too.
Yeah, they're saying maybe. I don't know. Florida, they get down, bro.
Yeah, I
it's
guess.
Florida. It's Jacksonville, Florida too. That's like
Jacksonville, absolutely. That's real Florida.
I just imagine, as someone who still is in the classroom sometimes, you telling a group of teenagers that you moved from Ohio to Florida. Those are like the two, teens on the coast don't believe Ohio is a real place.
Yeah,
you just bring up Ohio and they're like, Ohio?
Yeah, right.
And they freak out. So Florida too.
Ohio gets some hate.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a dope place, high key.
Okay, but you're from Cincinnati, which is not even... The rest of Ohio doesn't even view that as Ohio.
Right. Even Cleveland kind of slaps a little bit, I feel like.
Do people like Cincinnati?
No, nobody likes Cincinnati.
Oh, that's like when people shit on Ohio.
Cincinnati is the Ohio of Ohio.
Sam, you're from Minnesota. Ugh.
Yeah, shout out Prince.
He's the only one to make it out.
Okay.
Him and Lizzo.
Machine Gun Kelly, good for you.
Out of Ohio? He's from Ohio?
Yeah.
I don't want to claim that.
And also we have Adam Young of Owl City. Thank you very much.
Oh shit!
How about we get into our first date before I get upset? You name these random white men.
Okay, my bad. Well, actually, first off, a little segment that I'd like to bring up: eating alone. I noticed it was a theme throughout your high schools. You maybe hit up Hubie D's, Five Guys, South Carolina establishments. And eat by yourself and make note of it on the internet.
I did make note of it. Yeah.
Just like on a Tuesday or what?
I mean, it felt maybe I didn't get the invite to eat with kind of everyone else, and then I would go and go up to like Moe's or something. Do you guys have Moe's? Chipotle thing.
I went to school in North Carolina, so yeah.
Yeah. And I would eat there and I would take a selfie and post it on Instagram.
Just be like, I'm
And
cool,
be like-
I'm confident.
It was mostly a joke, but there was one time that my friend, I dropped him off. He's like, I got to go back home or something. So he's made up plans, and we dropped him back off at his house. And then my family and I go to P.F. Chang's. And we walk into P.F. Chang's, and there are like 11 of my friends
Oh no.
That's so sad.
with his parents.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, and we had to like sit like in the eyesight of them in view.
Did he like say anything at all?
He's like, oh, this kind of like came together and like, I was like, nothing comes together when you're like 14
Right.
like
That's
that.
planned. Yeah.
I was
You got
like,
chaperones.
yeah, a 12-person reservation like
Perfect seats.
came together, and I was like, yeah, no, we're good.
They're laughing
tragic.
and shit, looking
Yeah.
at you like, he's with his family.
And that's
so
the
much
moment you
fun.
decide to do comedy. You're like, I guess I'm gonna be
That
a
was
comedian.
it. That was game
That's
over.
incredible. Dude, that's one thing because I just remember in high school seeing people eat alone, like out in public, and not even high schoolers, just general, like adults, whoever, like eating at a restaurant alone or going to the movies alone. I'm like, that's the saddest thing ever. And now as an adult, I'm like, it's the best, dude.
Yeah,
I can
ate
scroll
alone,
on my phone if I want. I can zone out if I want.
Yeah.
You're not for it? You don't like eating alone?
The saddest one I saw first moved out here, and I was on Hollywood Boulevard 'cause you don't know where else to go.
Yeah.
And there's the guy who dresses up as Master Chief on Hollywood Boulevard,
Mhm.
eating at a Subway, but he had his helmet off.
Oh,
And he's eating alone, and the song "Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You" was playing as this man was just like slowly eating a sandwich.
that's a
It's just,
movie.
like, it was the saddest
Yeah.
scene I've ever seen in my life.
You got to put that in a movie. At some point in a montage, you
It
gotta
was
look
some
at-
guy is.
that's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
What am I doing
You're
out
like
here?
struggling to like a street performance and you're just eating in costume.
He's like, I couldn't even beat the Spider-Man. I got to be Master
Yeah,
Chief.
right.
That's
Kind of a niche.
Do you think you choose who you are on the Hollywood? Do you think you get to be like, I want to be Master Chief, or you have to like go to like some?
I don't think there's a
boss?
cast.
Get ignited
director.
by-
You know, some guy being like, we only got room for this.
I would like to think there's some like weird Hollywood Boulevard wizard that
Right.
has like a bunch of costumes. He just like knights you with like
Yeah.
somebody's arm.
I'll
Yeah.
pitch you that. You're the sketch man. I'll pitch you that sketch idea. Hollywood Boulevard casting director.
The casting,
And it's just a bunch of wild people showing up. You're like, okay, you're gonna be the robot who paints himself silver.
Yeah.
You're gonna be Pikachu. You're gonna be Pikachu. You're gonna be Pikachu.
We got a real Captain Jack Sparrow here.
Yeah, right. Played by Medea.
Crazy.
Not even Tyler Perry. It's gonna be played by Medea.
He'll be playing.
That's incredible. All right. Well, why not bring up some more high school trauma? First date we got for you, December 12th, 2012.
Trauma boys.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag.
You received a letter from Georgetown saying you've been deferred.
Yeah. And
Is that the dream school?
Georgetown was? It was. I don't even know why. I was super into politics.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was not. I'm very happy I did not go to Georgetown.
Is Georgetown? I know Mulaney and
Bibriglia.
Birbiglia, yeah.
then, but also my
Kroll.
man Kroll went there.
Yeah.
It's not known as a comedy. They went there for like politics and shit, right?
They probably did, and then probably fell into it. I think.
right.
And then
Yeah.
once people are at that level, like then it kind of like, you know what I mean?
What you mean by that
Sorry.
level?
There's like if you meet a bunch of people who are good at comedy, then like it raises your level, right? Like if
Sure.
if Mulaney goes there by himself, sure, maybe he still ends up John Mulaney, but also like someone else is great. You kind of are like friends, but also competitive. And
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
network with each other.
Yeah,
So that
no.
helps make it a. But I mean, your high school, some notable alumni: Stephen Colbert,
Colbert.
Chris Middleton.
Chris Middleton. It was a weird, yeah. When he went, there was some weird shit going on.
Racism.
Well, there was definitely racism and a little bit of molestation and stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a whole
Showtime documentary.
yeah
on my high
Showtime
school.
documentary about like it's too sad to even get into it, but just
Yeah.
Showtime.
Just Showtime.
Look it up.
Just Showtime. It's Yeah.
Charleston. So born and raised Charleston.
Yeah.
Charleston is probably one of the most beautiful places I've ever
It's
been.
pretty nice.
We played Citadel every year.
Yeah.
In college and
Wait, what sport do you play?
football.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Division 1.
D1.
Yeah.
You guys beat the Citadel, I assume?
I think we did. We were kind of bad when I was there, so we might have taken one and lost one.
You had your career high.
Or at least a couple. Yeah, I had a couple catches when we played them at Elon. But
Your freshman Dan, I do deep dives on him too. Just
every episode he just says random thing. Yeah. It's Charleston. You're born and raised Charleston?
Yeah.
Beautiful city. I would love. That's one of the cities I would potentially move, like Charleston or like Savannah. Then Righteous Gemstones. He had his old teams out there. Danny McBride.
So
They moved to fucking Charleston.
yeah, here's the kind of the scoop on Righteous Gemstones. I got to say allegedly, so I don't get sued here.
Nice.
allegedly.
He moves to Charleston, right?
Yeah.
A couple years later, comes out with Righteous Gemstones. My church, the church that I grew up going to, I think he based off.
Nice.
Like it is the mega church of Charleston and like the Southeast, and like it's pretty damn similar. So I think he moved there, probably got inspired, made Righteous Gemstones.
I would not be surprised.
Allegedly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, allegedly.
They have,
I
they have
wouldn't be
a lot of
surprised.
money and could very well sue me.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure he's. I mean,
I don't. We're actually paying you $10 million for this podcast appearance.
Okay, that's
so you'll have money for.
They'll sue me for 12. I'll just need to come up with $2 million.
You'll
That's
financially you'll be fine.
yeah.
Charleston's one of them cities I would potentially move. It's beautiful, beautiful city.
It's good.
Yeah, Outer Banks. They shoot there a little bit.
They shot all
Really?
Outer Banks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Charleston.
So like growing up, were you like, yo, I kind of want to do comedy? Where it was politics? Like when did the comedy thing become like this is kind of my vibe?
This is crazy, and this is also my dad was putting this on me, but he really convinced me I was going to be president of the United States.
As dads do.
It's a great white dad thing to
He
do.
went to class.
Why not?
Shoot for the moon. I don't know.
I'm sure my dad still thinks if I did 50 push-ups a day, I could be in the NBA. He's like, just 50 push-ups a day and
That's
you'd be there.
all it
Yeah.
would take.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's back then. Like cost of living was equal, so they could just like, yeah, if you just put a little bit of effort, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah,
it
no.
doesn't work anymore. You can't just.
Yeah.
I can't get a house off of like a middle class salary.
Yeah, not anymore.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, and then I was like, I think I like started being like, well, I kind of like every time I got in like front of people, I was like, I like making them laugh more
Okay.
than I like inspiring them.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but I was like, I'm not gonna tell my dad that I don't want to be president.
Uh-huh.
But then like I like made it to like freshman year of college, and I was like, I'm done with politics here.
Yeah.
I mean, you ran for freshman senator at Boston College.
And I lost. That yeah. And I
And
lost.
and you're
I
just
lost
like-
by 12 votes.
Boston
How many
College.
votes do you think there was?
I think there was like 1,000 something. It was pretty close.
Yeah, so-
that would have altered my life negatively.
So you're glad you
I'm
did
so
it.
happy.
What brought you from, other than being deferred at Georgetown? So he's so negative. What brought you to Boston College then?
Honestly, I was like, I did want to do comedy at that point. I was like, I think Amy Poehler went there. And I was like, well, she made it.
Yeah,
I think I could do this.
right.
But then I almost went to NYU because Aziz is from South Carolina, and he went to NYU.
So you were really like, I'm trying to go to schools that at least the.
So you're applying to great schools too.
I was thinking like but I didn't get into most of them. Yeah. I was going to go to USC. Will Ferrell. I would like go read people's Wikipedia page, like how did they do it? And I'm like, what
Yeah.
major did they do?
Right.
And I'm like, I got to do exactly this. Like,
That's smart.
funny.
I mean, that is smart, especially for that age. Like, it's not like you have a fully formed brain.
No.
No.
It's just like
I was like, this
okay,
is my
great.
only path, especially being in South Carolina. I was like, I have no idea how the hell to like make this happen. But I was
Yeah.
like, that's at least a start. It's like go to one of these schools.
Right.
Hopefully I'll figure shit out
Yeah.
there.
Well, I know, and this brings us to our second date, May 1st, 2017. Shout out Hello Shovelhead, Boston College's elite sketch comedy group. So you get a write up in the Gavel, one of the newspapers there. And so people, I mean, y'all had people showing up to shows and who like loved you guys.
Yeah.
They were reviewing a sketch, and something stuck out to me because they mentioned, I forget the exact wording, but it was essentially like a generic yet obvious European accent that you were using. And also that kind of sounds like your current character that's very popular on TikTok, the guy who escaped a cult.
The cult one, yeah.
Is that same accent? Is that like inspired by that?
This accent, I'll be honest. So I studied abroad in China.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And over there, like anytime I would do an accent after I got back from China, it would sound Chinese a little bit, which is about the worst you could like.
Not great. Not great.
For that character, I was
accidentally it would do this way. You weren't doing it on purpose.
No, I was doing I was trying to go like full vague Eastern European, and I listened back to the takes, and I'm like,
this is pretty damn close to.
Yeah. So it took like 5 years for me to be able to do just like a normal accent again.
Yeah.
And I wasn't doing Chinese accents in China, but I was speaking Chinese.
Right. So you're actually learning the intonation.
I was actually learning it, and I was like, but
I mean, according to LinkedIn, you have elementary proficiency in Chinese Mandarin.
I got hired at a job, and like one of the things they announced, they're like, this guy's fluent in Chinese. We're excited about this. And I was like, I am. Luckily, no one at the job spoke Chinese.
They just believed you. Like, oh yeah.
I don't even know how to speak in like past tense in Chinese. I'm like,
I know how to navigate like the public transportation.
Right. I'm taking Spanish too. Yeah, Spanish too. Spanish. Yeah, I'm not proficient at all.
That's incredible.
That's a deep dive there. The gavel.
The gavel, baby. Well, like do you, because you do put like out, it is honestly impressive. Like for people who don't put out like sketch comedy or just content, like, yes, is it an easier job than the warehouse jobs I used to work or whatever? Sure. Yeah. But like it actually does take a lot of effort to think of an idea, make it sharp enough, get out, film it, not be too embarrassed that you're filming it because there's people around, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But did you use like stuff from like the college days, like that you, or is it all fresh new?
It's all new stuff now. I've looked back at like some of my sketches, and some like I'm like, oh, it kind of holds up, and some I'm like, I'm deleting this off any file that it's ever been on.
What's like the process? Are you like I don't want to fast forward too much to current day, but you still do sketches. How do you make the most? Okay, let me rephrase this. What caused you to make the most sketches or creative things? Like for me, it's like sometimes it's driving, sometimes listening to music, sometimes it's whatever. Like what's like the typical, my best sketches come when I do this?
I just go to a coffee shop. I write down as many ideas as I can.
Wow, so formal. Yeah. I've never done anything.
I'm always jealous of people like that.
Yeah.
I think my best ideas still come like when I'm doing nothing. And then it just pops in. But I'm like, I got to force myself to at least show up and like act like I'm going to do something. And most of the time, nothing.
Okay.
Most of the time it's
okay. At least you're being honest. Because I'm
mine's all like in the car or in conversations.
I'm just like, I get worried. Like, I'm like, I can't control that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if like a month goes by without that like lightning strike, I panic.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not successful, I guess, because my shit doesn't come.
Trust me, those shitty ones that I end up making are not, they suck. It's not like
the sketches that have gone like super viral, like the guy who escapes the cult. There's like you have a series on like, is it the like zombies trying to avoid becoming humans?
We did like when Last of Us was happening, we just kept we'd film a zombie sketch, and during the zombie sketch, riff a new zombie sketch, and we're like, great, let's into another one.
Yeah.
So we had like a run of like 4 or 5 of those. But then it's like dealing with the makeup and the bullshit of all that. I like pitched another, and everyone involved was like, we're not doing this again.
All right, we're gonna get a green screen. All right, guys, we're gonna get a green screen.
Yeah, we had bigger ideas, and everyone's like, we're done with it.
We're gonna stab you in the chest, really?
Yeah.
We need to go get real blood. Yeah, real blood. The
slit your wrist.
I think you're like one of your most viewed ones is like 2 serial killers.
Yeah.
Attempting to kill each other, realize like, I'm a fan of your work. I'm a fan of your work. And like is with when you did that, did you know like, oh, this is gonna be like pop? Or was it just like, it's just like it feels the same as all my other ones?
You have like almost no idea if something's gonna pop, which is weird. Honestly, if you think it's gonna pop, it's almost guaranteed not.
Right. Yeah.
Like I did one recently, and I was like, I know this is gonna hit.
Yeah.
And then it didn't, and I fell into like a 2-week depression.
Yeah.
I was like, I know nothing about anything.
Yeah. It is crazy how much, like how I cannot imagine being a teenager. Because when I started posting on TikTok, I didn't realize, like, I'm like, oh, this video bombed. And looking back, the videos that I thought bombed were still getting like over 100,000 views.
Yeah, they still do all right. Yeah.
And like every other video I was doing was getting like 1 million. And I was just, but like the serotonin and whatever.
Right.
So now when I only get like 10,000 views on a video, it like, my wife's like, why are you in such a bad mood today? I'm like, because people didn't like my video.
Making content under the guise or the balcony of an algorithm is kind of insanity.
It sucks because it might be a good video.
Right. It might be objectively better or funnier.
Yeah.
than something else you made.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is I'll send it to my friends and they might be like, "Oh, this is one of my favorites you made," but they have to watch the thing from start to finish.
Yeah.
Whereas like if it just comes up on a random feed, in 10 seconds someone's like, I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like even if it's the best video you made, it may not do the best because
People might not even see it.
No.
Get a chance to
people
see
aren't going to watch it through.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, congrats though, because I've been seeing some of those sponsored content.
it. Ooh.
You getting a bag out here sometime?
Big money
I'm getting
bread.
a little bit.
Money bread. I didn't know.
You don't know when those are coming either.
No,
Dude, I will say,
can't have money.
I don't care being as transparent as I can legally, but like when I
Why do you do this you've done this 8 times?
Danny, because
Legally,
you do this all the
professional
time when you make
comedian.
jokes. I don't think you realize how much you do this.
I do. I know I do it.
You rub. Honestly, you're one of my muses.
Oh, okay. So continue.
But when I first popped off, I got like a few little ones. But there was one week where I got like a couple different. I posted like a few videos, maybe like 2 or 3, and I got close to like $20,000 in 1 week. And I'm like, dude, I know this isn't gonna be every week, but like if I even just do half of this per month, I'm gonna. And I've maybe that was like over a year ago. I've gotten like 2 or 3 cents, and they haven't even been close to for that amount of money. So it is kind of like crazy. There's moments
when
where
you
it's like
start doing the math, and you're like, when you're in a hot streak, you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna be like worth a ton of money, and then it's like, oh no. 3 months have gone by. I don't have one. I don't have rent now.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
You think when it's hot, you're like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is my life. And
That
it's
shit
like
is scary,
no.
man.
for a second, I was like,
Yeah,
I'm going to be making $120,000 this year off of. I'll maybe like substitute teach just because like for the kids. I'll maybe do it like a couple times
For
a
the
month.
kids.
You know,
It's crazy.
I'm a hero. But like, yeah. But then I mean, it seems like you either make like $1 million a year off of brand partnership deals, or you make like under 8,000.
Yeah.
And there's hardly any of that.
It's
Like
really hard.
oh
to
yeah,
get.
I make middle to upper middle class wages.
I'm like
Middle class.
I'm like almost 250 subscribers away from having enough to monetize on YouTube. But even now, I'm just like, if I can just at least be able to monetize on YouTube,
yeah.
oh, it's on.
Yeah. When you first start getting any cat,
Yeah.
it's cool. But when you're like, oh, I might be able to live off this, and then it starts coming in, and you're like, I don't know if this is enough.
And I know people say it's conspiracy, but like when I got to join the TikTok Creator Fund, my first month I got like $2,000, $3,000.
I don't think that's a conspiracy, bro. It's like makes logical sense.
And then after that, I was getting like $10 a month, and I'm like, my views have not dropped off that. Like they get you a bag to get you.
Yeah, that's like.
Because I was like, dude, $3,000 a month, like that's okay, cool. I can cover rent off of TikTok videos, like, and then it just went away.
Yeah,
that's a pretty. I don't know how much of a actual. That seems pretty logical, big business, smart shit to do. Yeah, right.
Totally.
That's drug dealer 101.
I guess.
Okay, go ahead. The last.
All right, we'll give you a last date before we let you get out of here. December 10th, 2022. Any guesses?
December 10th. My car was stolen.
Your car was stolen.
Big day. The day that
I'll never forget it. Well, I had a Jam in the Van show.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I came back.
And it was gone.
So it wasn't even like, oh, I parked my car and someone hot wired it. It's like I came home and the car's just not in the garage.
Well, so
this
is what happened. So I come home after Jam in the Van. I'm like, where are my keys? My car's there. Where are my keys? I left my keys on my desk.
Yeah.
I was like, where are my keys? I was like, maybe one of my roommates used my car or something. And I was like, I guess I just lost my keys, whatever. Wake up the next day, I look inside my car and I see that what are the hell, the flap things? Like where you might have a gate clicker, because I have a gate in front of my driveway. I was like, there was someone in my car. But I was like, he couldn't get out of it. He couldn't find my clicker. And I was like, well, I don't have keys, so I don't know how to move my car. I was like, there's no way this guy has the balls to come back tonight. And he doesn't know how to get out of my gate, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll still stay here. I'll be chill. And then my friend texts me. He's like, hey, man, I'm in town for like just tonight. You want to get a drink? And I'm like, I shouldn't. But I'm like, this guy can't steal my car. He doesn't know how to get it out. I leave for 45 minutes. I come back. My gate is bowed out. Yeah. And my car's gone.
Yeah. Bro, people in LA, when I used to live.
That's crazy.
He came back, just busted out.
It's crazy on both your guys' part, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, they're right.
I'll be honest, I've never
white
felt
bliss.
so dumb in my life. But I was like, I was like, should I put like a cinder block? I did think about putting razor blades on my on the handle.
Nice.
Yeah.
Just in case.
He probably would have came back.
But he would have come back and killed me. Yeah.
I'm impressed that you're this organized though, because if I came back home and my keys weren't there, I'm like, oh, I definitely just didn't leave them where I thought they were.
I've like never lost a phone.
I guess because it was flipped down. That's why.
That's when I really put it together.
Also dumb on the person to not flip it
back up. He was.
I mean, if you're stealing cars like that, you're not
some very intelligent thieves.
But no, but LA, we do underestimate the level of thieves will go to LA. Someone broke into my old building's garage multiple times and were like clicking on or pulling doors and like got somebody's battery out. Like these motherfuckers, and they came back. Like these people, cause they know it's free money, especially a whole car.
Yeah.
That's probably thousands of dollars at least. They can take it somewhere. And like, that's enough crack and whatever juice, groceries you can get for a long ass time.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean it was a 2014 Mini Cooper, so I don't know how much.
Shit, even still, couple
like
G.
Chipotle. I don't know. Turn that thing.
Guacamole.
Danny, now the Midwest listeners are gonna be like, I knew LA is just a hellscape where it's all crime.
It is a thing. It's like my mom's worst nightmare is like us living in LA and like having the shit happen. And it's like proof.
Yeah, and now it's like I knew that was gonna Yeah, parents be like
every
that.
single time I come back from a show or a restaurant, I assume my car is broken into. And when it's not, I'm like, oh, nice.
It's been nice. Yeah. I won't leave anything.
Like at least the windows are like, oh, okay. Well.
Yeah, my wife's car is definitely nicer than mine. She's like, oh, it'd be more comfortable. Like you have to drive up to Hollywood. Like drive mine. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna be taking the Civic. I don't want it getting like
right.
But anyway, Brett, aka Brett the Lorax on all social media.
Breddington.
We appreciate you being here. What do you wanna? What do you want to tell the people? Where can they find you? What do you got coming up? Or even some intimate details about yourself.
The ladies.
You don't even have to have anything.
Tinder, where they can find you on Tinder or Hinge, please tell them.
What action should they take?
Now, so
oh, sorry.
But you still find me on Hinge.
Woo. Red Show, Blue Show.
Red Show, Blue
Fire.
Show. We got one coming December 8th.
Pull up. Look, I'm telling you right now, probably maybe the best house show in LA / show in LA, Red Show, Blue Show. Give them a quick 30 seconds. What is the Red Show, Blue Show?
We basically split, I don't know which camera I'm looking at.
Yours right there. Yours right there.
We split the audience into two. So you arrive and then half the audience gets in Red Show, half the audience Blue Show, and it's a competition between the two.
Who's the best?
But the audience gets to enjoy the competition.
Yeah. It's like 8 comedians.
No, you just got to laugh. But like the comics go up at both shows.
Yeah.
So then the comic decides, did I like Red Show or did I like Blue Show better? And then you get a prize at the end.
It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe, good hang.
I'm gonna have to pull up to that.
One of my favorites.
See it happen. And former podcast guest Tommy Brennan.
Yeah.
He also runs it as well.
Also my roommate.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Doesn't do the dishes.
Ooh, a lot of long-haired
Tommy, we on your head. Do the dishes.
Yeah.
You're the clean
Great
one?
guy. I'm surprised I'm the clean one, yeah.
Nice.
Fire.
Big
Very
Brett.
funny. His stand-up, hilarious.
Not the little
And if you're not watching on visuals, if you're just audio, he's one of the most eclectic dressers.
Put that shit on. At Mr. Put that shit on.
He really do be dressing.
It's kind of a loud outfit. I don't know what I'm doing
it's
here.
okay.
I
Look,
like it.
We're loud.
I respect it. We're real.
I'm in my black clothes era too. Very sad boy. Not sad boy, just like I'm just like strict to the point. I'm wearing a lot of black. I bought 3 different black things this weekend for clothing. I'm getting really
full.
Yeah, Steve Jobs. Black Stefan Jobs.
Stefan Jobs is crazy.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you. Wow, wasn't that a lovely episode?
Righteous Gemstones. If you know, you know.
Charleston, stand up.
What's the blackest city you would live in, you think? If you had to live between Houston, Atlanta you would live.
Like, and my sister used to live in the suburbs. Like, it's not a bad city, but it's just not like, for how big of a city is, you think it'd be like, oh, this is super tight that we're going. No, I haven't really been to Atlanta before, but it seems like it has like culture and fun things.
You've never been to Atlanta?
No.
How'd you avoid going to Atlanta?
Because I'm from Minnesota. That's not like a close place to go to.
I guess we gotta get you to Atlanta. We gotta get you to like an Atlanta strip club to see how you.
I will never step foot into a strip club. Thank you very much.
What if it's just chill though?
It's not my thing.
What What if it's cool though? I'm not a big strip club person too, but I would love to go with you.
I ain't going to Magic City.
First strip club I ever went to was King of Diamonds. It was spring break. And for people that are listening, going to that kind of strip club is like going to Madison Square Garden for the first basketball game. And then like that's your expectations of what.
Oh, the Atlanta ones?
Oh, this is in Miami. I'm sorry. I can't get
gotcha.
down with Miami.
Gotcha.
I've only been like a couple, but that's like the best one to go to, I think. Or one of the best ones. Anyways, Brett.
But good for you for supporting the service. I feel guilty and still end up tipping like 25%. It's awful.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Your boy's not been tipping a lot. Like coffees, I'm not tipping you, bro. I'm not tipping out. I went to a weed dispensary and I'm like, bro, I'm not tipping you.
Yeah, that's a little crazy. Oh, I'm talking about like, yeah, there's sometimes when I buy from the counter and I'm just like, yeah, like y'all didn't. But also, it's one of the things where I want to support workers, but also businesses, just pay your employees. It's not my job to pay your employee.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm not, unless you brought something to me, even if I'm sitting down at the establishment. If I had an order at the counter, you just made it, I'm not tipping, brother. I'm sorry. Not on a consistent basis. This gets me canceled, sure, but I'm not doing it.
I was at a restaurant. I was on the road doing comedy, and they had a line for a tip, and then they had another line that said tip to kitchen staff. And so I'm like, now I'm supposed to tip everybody. No, just pay your employees. So I mean, I'm pro tipping. I tip usually 20% at least, but like it's getting out of hand.
No, I'll tip. Yeah, I'm sitting down and someone's taking my order. They're bringing it to me. Even if I order at the counter and you're bringing it to me, maybe I might give you something, whatever. But if I see you walk away from the thing, make my coffee, and hand it to me 4 minutes later, brother, I'm sorry.
Yeah, or it's like a black coffee, and you're just like, you literally just
I'm not gonna do it. But
shout out all the baristas.
There's some of these spots in LA though that are starting to. It's add a service charge.
Yeah,
but it's just like paying the staff.
Yeah,
and it's like I honestly prefer that versus it's like 19%. I made like
if it's always, I think it should just put it in the prices so that I don't got to do math. Honestly,
yeah,
I don't want to do math.
But once I'm famous, maybe I'll do it. But as a struggling comedian producer, I'm not tipping you. We're in the same boat, brother. I'm one less gig from not having any money, so no.
I feel you. Well, for real, check out Brett's stuff if you haven't. It's very funny. Yeah. Before we get out of here, Danny's Ism, which is Life Lessons with Danny. I am doing this with my hands for all you watch on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube. 4K cameras. We look stunning. I outfit repeat a lot.
When you do listen, let us know which one you thought was going to be the black one, Sam or Danny.
They probably knew it was you because you say the N-word.
Sam, it's 2023.
Yeah, you still can't say it.
I mean, you can't, but I feel like you said it, though.
No.
You sure?
What is your ism?
Oh, my ism this week. My ism this week is do not gatekeep your dreams. It's tough out here. Life's tough. And I think people oftentimes can't get out their own ideas out of their brain. They find any different excuse as to why they can't execute something. Like for me, I'm in this super reflective point. I'll just put something out. I'm trying to think about the next thing. And I'm working as a full-time creative in LA now, producing and stand-up and stuff and whatever.
Former D1
editing.
Current full-time creative.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Beautiful looking person too, by the way. But
tall, dark, handsome.
Yeah. Good credit score.
Oh, go ahead.
I mean, that's really good. Live by myself. Has a car.
No weird roommates.
No weird. Yeah.
Nice car too.
Yeah. I work out. Decent sized penis. Okay, sorry.
Jeez,
I wanted to say that first. Then I feel like it made it funny. Decent is not weird though.
He's very funny.
Yeah, funny.
Funny guy.
Very funny. Good skin.
Clean.
Cleanly.
I've said it on pod. Oh, I'm sorry, my car's so messy. You had one gum wrapper in the cup holder, and that was it.
Players fuck up too. All right. So, anyways, so I'm reflecting on a lot of the stuff that I have learned the past couple of years. It's all been like me getting into editing now. I'll just give you all an example. I didn't go to school I went to school for business. I had a sales job 3 years ago. Like I knew about none of this stuff. Cameras, nothing. Audio editing. And I worked on some big projects in podcasting now, literally all off of YouTube and just knowing that I needed to learn a skill to be able to get a job.
Yeah.
And so there's been plenty of times where I could have been like, I don't have an editor to edit this thing, my own special, or I don't have an editor to edit the clips, so I don't do clips for callbacks or for my own stuff. And especially in an entrepreneur or you're doing something that's not by the book, you have to just stop gatekeeping your own dreams. Even if you fail on your own. I'd rather fail on my own sword than...
It's better to go out swinging than go out looking.
Yeah, Anyways, don't...
I wasn't meaning to cut you off. Continue.
No, I'm putting a button on it.
Give me 10 more minutes.
Don't gatekeep your dreams or do podcasts with gatekeepers like Sam.
You know what? I wish I had stuff to gatekeep. I need that rush of power in my life.
You would be a mean gatekeeper, I feel like.
You know what?
You should open up a comedy club.
I think I probably did. I was so scared of not fitting in as a teenager that when like I made a friend, I would try to like gatekeep friends or like social, like not in a crazy enough to do it, but not crazy where I was like, don't hang out with them. But in my mind, I was like, it's more special if I get invited and no one else does.
Like Mean Girls, like suburban
real
male
mean
girl.
Real Mean Girl vibes.
But it's like playing with like sports cars and like.
Yeah, or it's just like a friend like, hey, let's go eat at Chipotle.
Bowling alleys.
Let's go eat at Chipotle and go bowling. And
Going
I'm like,
to Wendy's.
Yeah, I'm invited. Damn. No. So sometimes I was in my gatekeeping era. I'm not anymore.
He says that.
You're all welcome.
Thank y'all so much for listening to this episode of Called Blizzax.
Slide into our DMs.
Please.
Say what's up to us. I love when people say hello. Say, oh, this is funny.
Mm-hmm.
Give us ideas. Someone requested a guest before. We're working on that. So.
Didn't someone DM us about they came for something, then they stayed for me? You sent me a text. Someone said that. They came.
Oh, shout out Trey. Which Trey, I think you came to my Minnesota show and didn't even say hi to me.
Big Trey, right?
Big old Trey. And he said, I would go to your show, but Danny's not going to be there. So I guess there's no point in going anymore.
That boy crazy. Oh, is somebody named by the name of Maddie Wick said, Maddie Wick.
Oh, Maddie. Yeah, I love Maddie. She's great.
Came for the teacher comedy, but stayed for Danny's isms. Thank you so much, Maddie.
Maddie, you're a real one. Also, I actually don't know her, so maybe for all I know, you're an actual serial killer.
Nice,
but you've said nice things about our podcast and you've shared it on your story. So
thank you so much.
So even if you are a serial killer, you got great taste in podcasts.
She's one of the good ones.
There's very fine people on both sides.
On both sides of killing.
Make sure to rate and review us.
Killing.
Follow Danny at Follow Sellers. Still go run up if you haven't watched his comedy special yet. Pound for pound, Danny Sellers. It'll pop up on YouTube.
Please
check it out.
Thank y'all.
Get home safe.
Mwah.
Last night we let the liquor talk.